Well, hello there, everybody. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel, whichever is appropriate. I'm Trista, and today we're going to be doing a session for letting go of the past and stepping into love. So, in case you don't know, I do frequency, let's call it adjustments. I like that because that's all it's doing is putting us into that frequency of healing for whatever we're wanting to bring in for that session. So this one, for our purposes, we're going to be working on the root, the throat, the sacrum, and the heart. And that will be with the intention of healing any kind of past trauma or hurt. It doesn't have to be traumatic to stick with us, really, or it doesn't have to be super traumatic to be traumatic in the long run, right? So root, it's funny because ChatGPT had suggested this as a topic, and I was like, I like that. And it's like sacrum and heart, and I'm like, it's a little more complicated than that. Thank you for trying, but you're not a human and you don't know what we go through. So we'll add in root and throat as well. So root for rebuilding trust and a feeling of safety, because that's key, really, and that's so foundational. Hence the root, and foundational in everything, really. I also should say early on here that this is not limited to romantic love. This is also self-love. This is also friendship. All relationships can be affected by something traumatic in our past, right? Or something traumatic, even not in our distant past. You know, those things that just kind of throw you off your game. So that's what we're trying to adjust today. So, it can be any type of relationship. Can't build much foundation, or can't build off of a foundation that is broken. And that root chakra is where that foundation really lies. So, trust and safety is what we'll work on there. Throat for communication and truth. And that's truth with ourselves and with whoever we're building this relationship with, or in our lives all over, because you got to walk the walk, right? Sacrum for creativity, especially co-creation, and sensuality and sexuality as well, of course. And well, of course, if that's the type of love you're going for here for healing. I should say too that this is the type of session that might be good to do a few times and focus mainly on self-love for the first couple times and kind of get that part of you in line so that you're prepared for that next level. And then, of course, we will end with the heart, which is real love of all kinds, unconditional love for ourselves and for others. So let's get into that. P.S. I love my hair today. I just dyed it, so it's super brilliant. It hasn't even been like washed out once. It's just rinsed and voila. Great. Anyway, I love it. And it turned out cute after a few near misses, because like I will wet my hair and then just shake it. And the first time I was like, well, this is too Justin Bieber. We're not wanting to do that. Did it again. And then the second shakeout was like, well, that's pretty flock of seagulls. And we don't want to do that. Maybe for pictures one day, but no. And then the third time it kind of felt like this. Now, I mean, this little flip wasn't there, but you gotta, do a little bit of styling. Anyway, sorry, I'm just distracted by the colors. That's why I need to talk about it. So let's start with a root chakra, and we are going to begin with, let me think. we are going to start with a bowl. Okay, so I have my bowls, and this guy here, we are going to, now I haven't used an Andara like this in a session before, but feel like drawing the energy through this bad boy is going to just make it beautiful. So this is for root. Now, can you focus? If I do that, does that focus? Doesn't really look like it. There. So, oh, don't look at my nails. That's what I didn't make time for today. And I didn't make time for a lot of things today. But, okay, so, my beautiful baby. So kind of capture that energy. And Dara's, like, if they speak to you, they really speak to you. And if they don't, they don't. But for those who do, hear them, they're lovely. I have a bit of an Andara problem because they're not cheap, but oh, they feed the soul so beautifully. Anyway, okay, so So that opened everything up nicely. Now let's go with the 417. We're going to clear out all the static with the 417. It's nice for that. Sorry, there's a lot of fur in here. If you have allergies, you should probably not watch this video because I'm sure that fur back there can probably get through the camera somehow. So, watch out. Oh, it's a little better already. So we're bringing ourselves into a frequency of trust and safety. So that is the goal right now. What does it feel like to really trust? Find that feeling within you. It might be deep. I think that can be hard for a lot of people. If you haven't felt that in a long time, it might be a bit of a challenge to kind of well that feeling up within you. But even just little bits, just to kind of get you closer and closer, you know what I mean? That kind of step towards trust. So what would it feel like to step towards trust and feeling true safety? And that can be emotional safety or physical safety or whatever. Everybody has, the different perceived lacks in that, and perceived shortfalls. But it's there. It's always there. There's more than enough for everybody, of everything. So it's just a matter of tapping into that frequency and holding on to it, and holding on to that vibration, and learning to live in that vibration. It's really about finding what's right for you. I mean, some people might find safety like thinking of being in their mother's arms, and some people might find that triggering. So it really depends on your life experience as to what a safety vibration will look like, and what kind of memory you can look back on to bring that forward for yourself. Ooh, okay, we're getting somewhere. Oh, those big shivers. Good job, guys. Well, after that nice, big, beautiful strike, I think we're going to move on. And we're going to move on to the 528, because the 528 is a heal-all. It really is. So it's nice to end a chakra with this one, especially one as important as the root. Let's lay our foundation with the best frequency here. Now, it is important to breathe properly while you're doing this. It's also important to stay hydrated. God, I hope that wasn't really loud. How embarrassing. Drink your water. Drink your water with electrolytes. This is good. It feels like we've made a lot of progress already just in this first chakra so far. Mm-hmm. One more, and I think that should suffice for the root. Beautiful. It's nice when that strike comes through so clearly. It's like a sign that the fork is vibrating at a frequency where it's bringing the body into that alignment, right? So the body and the biofield isn't in the, how do I word this? I don't want to say correct. That's not right. The healthiest frequency, then the fork is going to feel that, right? So it's going to sound a little off. So once it starts to sound so clear and just vibrant, that's when you kind of get the idea that, okay, this chakra is ready for us to move forward. That doesn't mean that it's, healed forever. That means that in this moment, you've taken a step towards healing, right? You can always come back to this video or do things that help to keep you in that frequency, right? If you have questions about that, maybe we'll get to them later, but I'm a little long-winded, so probably not. So email me if you need ideas. Or comment, because someone else is probably wondering too. Or maybe I'll do something up and put it in the description. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see, because I've been a little behind on things that I want to get done. So we'll see. Okay, moving to the throat. Got another Antara here. So this is my throat Antara. Isn't she beautiful? Actually, this one feels more like a he. But I love it anyway. Sorry, that was terrible. Yeah, so let's start with the 222 for the throat. And again, for the throat chakra, we are bringing us into a frequency of communication and truth. Ooh, that was a nice one already. Good job, everybody. Interesting. This feels like a church bell to me. This has the energy of a church bell, which makes me think of the, how do you pronounce it? Hierophant? I don't know. In my cat cards, it's the priest, but that kind of tradition, formality kind of energy. Interesting. It's a different feeling to find in there. maybe there's like some kind of traditional or formal feeling reason that someone feels they can't communicate honestly, like a parent to a child, where you have to, kind of maybe twist the truth because they're not ready for it, or you think they're not ready for it, or what have you. Yeah, I feel like it's maybe that kind of energy. Ooh, and maybe I touched on something, because whew, that's different. That's better. Feels like it's clearing. I think there are ways to say things, ways to be honest, even in situations where it might feel a little more challenging. It's always a way. That's what I believe. It's kind of like that, if someone comes up to you and says, does this dress look nice on me? And instead of being like, that is the worst thing that I've ever seen you wear, you could be like, I like that one better. There's always a way to kind of swing it where you can still be honest without hurting somebody. Or perhaps in this situation, without still respecting boundaries, I guess. Maybe. Okay, we're going to move to the 222. Where's that? Oh, that's what I have. Ha ha ha. Okay, we're going to move to the... Let's try the 144. My intention that I thought of when I was thinking that I had the 144 and wanted to move to the 222, I was thinking I wanted to bring more clarity into this center and more ease with it. So let's see if our 144 can do that, because sometimes it's just a matter of intention rather than what the frequency is necessarily about. I find that really limiting. There's a lot of information out on the internet now. This one's for this, and this one's for this, and this one's for this. And that's great, sort of. But there's a lot more nuance to it than that, for sure. Okay, so 144, and we are going to put out the intention of bringing clarity and freedom to our voice. Okay, yeah, I feel like this is a good pick because this fork, it has this thread in its vibration that is just powerful sometimes. You say thread, that kind of sounds weird, but I guess in my brain, the reason I'm calling it that is I see a lot of the frequencies that have a lot of things going on in them, I almost see as strings, like guitar strings or whatever. And then there's, that one string that's kind of off. There's some missing, and then there's this one little random dude over here. And he makes a higher pitched sound than everybody else and doesn't really fit in. And that's kind of what I'm seeing. That's weird. That's okay. kind of fun to describe how I see things in my brain. That's a nice one. Very good. So draw it in and really feel it clarifying your throat chakra. I'm also seeing it opening a lot. So it's like it's becoming clearer in texture, but also kind of opening up like a funnel. And that funnel can go either way. Let's not forget that communication is both listening and speaking, right? And it's also listening and not speaking with other avenues of communication. See, it's a little now again. Okay, so we're going to do a couple of 5/28s to just smooth everything over. Because I like what the 144 brought into the throat for us, but let's go with oh, and I forgot to do the bowl. I'll do the bowl too. We'll end with the bowl. Oh, that's nice. Bring that one in. That'll help. Mm-mm-mm. And last one coming up. That's better. Very nice. Okay. This is still throat. Okay, so next we shall do the sacrum. So we'll start with the 417, just to kind of clear out any funkiness. Because sacrums can kind of have some funkiness. They can. They're a little shady. Not in a shadowy way, in a more colloquial, if that's how you say it. I don't know. I said it too fast. It's okay. So here we're focusing on not just sensuality and sexuality, but creation, conscious co-creation, especially if we're thinking about moving into a love that is shared with somebody else, then we can look at conscious co-creation as being something that can grow out of that, and that's beautiful. If it's self-love, then it's just creation on its own, right? That's what that beautiful orange sacral energy can bring to us. Well, there's restraint there. Oof. Like that just doesn't feel right at all. We're just covered with shame and guilt. This chakra really gets the brunt of that. So we're going to slowly work through this. I kind of wanted to restrike it, but I think we just need to move out of that frequency as slowly as the fork decides that we should. Somewhat better, a little more clear, a little less constricted, but still, there's work to do in there. That's not very nice, hey? Strike the fork and go, ugh. Oh, guys, what's wrong with your sacrums? Jeez. Sorry. No offense. It's the other guy. It's not you. That's where group sessions really shine, hey? This doesn't feel like it fits, and that's okay. Even in a comedic way. I mean, it's getting a little bit better with each strike, but it's still very reduced, shy, small, constricted and restricted. That's a little bit better. A little bit. I feel like we might have to just accept that this fork probably isn't going to do it. Yeah, let's move to the 144. I feel like it'll have a better chance of getting through this. Oh, I have an idea. I didn't know why I brought this over here, but here we go. Because I have bells as well that I use in sessions, because bells really just open everything up and clear everything up in a very beautiful way. So let's just do just a little bell. I feel like that might have helped a little bit. Kind of makes me want to try the 417 just to see if it changed. Let's see, guys. Yeah, actually, it feels a lot more open now. Remarkable. Not surprising. There you go. And then we're going to move on to the 144 anyway. So I feel like it's ready for that. And that the 144 just wants to get right in there. I do really appreciate how this one has such a distinct sound that the others don't have, that I really, it's so easy to tell when it's not a cohesive vibration. Love that. Ooh, that's better. That's quite nice, actually. Very good. And breathe through it, guys. Like, really bring that breath in, send it right to that chakra, and then breathe it out and let it go. Kind of let the breath go in and collect all the gunk and get it out of there. Ooh, that's different. I like that. Very nice. Couple more of these. I think that's the last of the 144. And then we're going to do a couple of 222s. Oh. Ooh, that has a very clear and, what is this? I don't know why, but I want to say playful. It's very bright sound and a very bright energy with it. I like that. And that's fantastic, because that's bringing that type of joy into our sacrum is really important. Joy is normally like, more of a solar plexus thing, but but it's sacrum too a little bit. It's all connected. It's a rich tapestry, as I like to say. Oh, that's very nice. Like, it's so nice that I almost feel like I don't need the 528 in here, but I think I will anyway. Beautiful. Oh, that feels beautiful. Okay, last one more. Sorry if it's annoying when I react to every strike, like it's the first time I heard it or something. It's kind of hard not to. Especially when there's progress in there. It's like it changes each time. It's beautiful. Okay, little 528. Oh, what are you telling us? It's also very bright, especially for the 528. It's normally pretty bright, but it kind of hit a different level there. Ooh. I think it's probably the last one, because that's beautiful. Okay. Oh, and then let's do a little bowl. That sounded not like what I meant. This kind of bowl, not the special kind. This is Sacrum still. Okay. And on to the heart. Who wants to go with the heart first? I'm talking to my forks, by the way. I'm feeling the 222. Oh, what's going on? That goes over there. This is what happens when I part my hair in the wrong way. But I have a big dye thing going there, so I guess I'm parting it like this until that washes away. That's okay. 222 in the heart. So here we are bringing ourselves into the frequency of love, of self-love, of unconditional love, of real love of all kinds. I do have an Andara for this as well. Of course I do. So this beauty here, now she is on a cord because I wear her quite often. But here she is. There. She's got a nice little opaque part over here. Don't know if you can actually see that. Oh, there. That little white spot. They don't usually have both. They're either clear or they're opaque. So we can soak up some energy from her right into the heart. It's where she loves it. Oh, just breaking stuff. It's okay. Just ignore me. Yeah, these hearts out there, they're really needing some fine tuning. Some fine tuning. Yeah, it's not the healthiest vibration here. Okay, we're gonna switch to the 528 because I feel like we could be just pulled up a little higher. Yeah, that was a good decision. And while I emphasized the importance of having that strong root chakra foundation, which I'm not going back on, I will say that bringing the heart into that alignment is really what's key, because we're evolving to a space, I feel that we're evolving to a space where we're drawing most of our energy, a lot of us are drawing most of our energy from our heart. And that also means that the universe is feeding that chakra the most for us. So we can kind of use that to fuel the rest of our chakras, to really flesh out our energy body in a really heart-centered way. And when we do that, we can bring all those other chakras into proper alignment and proper frequency, because we can take that strongest one and use it to fill the cups of all the others. Yeah, I think that's all I have to say on that for this moment. I remember reading somewhere like probably 25 years ago now, so I don't remember where it was or what the details were, but it was about how we're evolving, and as we evolve energetically and spiritually, we draw most of our energy from whichever chakra. So at the time when I was reading that, it had said solar plexus. We are living from our solar plexus, and it made sense, right? It kind of still does for a lot of people. Or if you're drawing most of your life force from an area that prides itself on power and will and I don't want to say greed, but kinda. And I mean, there are positive aspects to the solar plexus as well, but I think when the collective gets at it, it really, it's harder to hold that light space for it. It's there. I think that's what really fuels the progression, the evolution to the next chakra, is those people who are perhaps drawing their energy from their solar plexus, but instead of drawing the power, they're drawing the joy, right? Because our solar plexus is our joyful spot. So if we really draw our fuel from that instead of the kind of negative parts of our solar plexus, we lift each other up and we lift the rest of humanity up. And that's why we're able to then start to slowly evolve into drawing our energy from our heart. And I think a lot of us who have been bringing that joy into the solar plexus while we were in that solar plexus stage of evolution, we're probably the ones who are moving up to the heart a lot faster and then bringing the rest of everybody else up with us. That's what I believe. Some of it came to me just now, but a lot of it has been kind of like the last, 20, 25 years, whenever. Feels, yeah, I think I was still in Saskatoon when I thought of this, or when I read that. Thought of it, wherever I read it. Which would make it 25 years. So, yeah, so live from your heart. for sure. And let it lift you and everyone around you up. Because that's what the heart's supposed to do. Yeah, I think that's all I have to say on that. A little more 528 for us and our beautiful hearts. The negative part of the heart chakra energy would be separation, which is kind of unfortunately telling and manifesting a little bit right now, isn't it? But we can bring that back together. We can hold that energy for the people who are having a hard time holding it themselves. Hi, babe. Yeah? I'm sorry, love. Mama's busy at the moment. Oh, but you're so cute. Oh my goodness. So cute. Couple more 528s. Yeah. And then we'll do the bowl and we'll be done. We're at an hour already almost. Thought this was going to be a quick one. Nope. That's nice, guys. Good work. Good work. Because you have a part in this too, hey? Like, as you're pulling this in, pulling that vibration in, it's changing how the fork's reacting. So that's why, I kind of go, okay, that's better, and that's better, and that's better. Because it is. So good job on you. And now we're going to do the heart bowl. I love this bowl. I think it might be my favorite. Okay, and a little ding, ding, ding. Just for good measure. Unfortunately, my thunder thing is at work, and I'm so sorry. I should have brought it. Should have brought it home, and I didn't, and I apologize. My bad. All right, everybody. So that's all I got for us today. If you have feedback, let me know. If you have show ideas, let me know, or session ideas, I guess I should say. But if there's something maybe that you're working on personally that you need to lift through, someone else probably is too. So let me know. I will be happy to oblige. And what else can I tell you? I think that's pretty much it. I love you. Oh, let's do okay, if you made it to the end. If you made it to the end, put an owl. Is there an owl emoji? There better be, because I have an owl way up there. Not a real one. Just a pretend one. And it's actually in glass, but whatever. Too many details, Trista. So I have an owl up there that I'm looking at, and I love owls because they remind me of my granny, because she had zillions of owls all over her apartment. And my sister and I would have competitions where we would count the owls, and she always won. I'm pretty sure she was lying about a lot of it, because she did that sort of thing. We'd play Guess What I'm Getting for Christmas, and it was never accurate. There was a lot of lies that went on in that childhood, let me tell you. Trina, if you're watching this, got my eyes on you. All right, so owl, or if there's no owl, then like whatever kind of bird. Just put a bird in the chat if you made it to the end. All right, I love you guys. Oh, Tulsi did want to make an appearance after all. Baby, look at you and your white shoulder furs. Oh, I love them. Did you see the video where I showed off her two-toned fur? Because she has white underneath, and then she's got little black tips, and that's why she looks like she does. Are you smelling something weird? Are you making your stink face? Or is it just a weird shadow? I don't know. She looks like she's making stink face. I love stink face. Anyway. Yeah, her little white shoulder. Okay, shut up, Trista. I'm going to go now. Love you guys. And see you next time.